Hey guys, Buffer Game Bad. Today I'm bringing you a video, and today we're going to be covering the Nuke event that finally took place here on April 21st, the last day of the current map of Verdansk. So this is the end event. Finally, the map got nuked. So what this event was, I'll show you some gameplay in the background. We have a few things to cover here, that being the Nuke event, and then the Rebirth Island playlist where it takes place afterwards. So it seems like they're trying to tell a story here with this event and to lead into the new map that comes tomorrow. So what happened here with the Nuke event, really what this is you deploy, you are unable to get loadouts or anything like that, so you start with an AA-12 or a JOC-12, and then you got to pick up some loot, and basically what you need to do is just survive till exfil. So what happens here is if you die, you turn into a zombie, and you're stuck as a zombie for the rest of the round. So you want to survive as long as possible. Now playing this, first off, the servers were down for the first hour to hour and a half of this entire event, so I was just stuck in a queue for the whole time. So it's crazy to me that they would plan this event for how long, and then they have server outages where people are stuck in the queues. So that's one big problem with this event, first off. But again, so with this event, you need to survive and exfil out of the map of Verdansk that's being overrun by zombies. And then eventually what's going to happen at the end here, you'll see in the gameplay in the background, I'll cut back and forth a little bit, is that there's going to be, the nuke will eventually be lost. Verdansk is overrun by zombies and the radiation threat, and a nuclear weapon is launched, and it impacts right at basically Firehouse next to Stadium and levels the entirety of the map for the most part. So that's really the event itself. Now I played this event a few times, and it was honestly very lackluster to me, and I found it a little bit frustrating because you start off, and I was running this solo for the most part. I did end up matching with a random, but the few solos that I queued into by myself, I would die, right away, maybe make a stupid mistake and just fall too far and die or what have you. And then you're stuck as a zombie the whole game. And really what my goal was I wanted to try an exfil, and if you stay alive long enough, there's a message that says Verdansk is being overrun. You need to exfil, and then what you need to do is go to the location at Low Dam on the ice, and a helicopter will come and exfil you. However, after trying this numerous times and staying alive, getting the Juggernaut, pairing with another random Juggernaut who I drove around in a truck, I was unable to extract, and it seems like it's impossible to extract. So I was the last person alive, actually, in one of these games, and you get killed by the zombies, and then it cuts to the scene and says that exfil is impossible, the Verdansk is overrun, the helicopter that you're supposed to exfil and crashes, and then they cut to the nuke. So the nuke is launched from somewhere else outside of Verdansk, I'm not sure where, and it impacts, like I said, at Firehouse, right next to Stadium, and levels the map. So interesting event. However, like I said, it was a little bit lackluster. I wanted to try and survive and be able to exfil and have that as like a win, or something cool would happen if you're able to exfil. However, by that time at the end of the map, everybody's a zombie there, and I was in a truck, and the zombies, you have an EMP boost, so it kills the engine for about 5 to 6 seconds there, and you're just kind of dead in the water at that point. So it is impossible to exfil. I tried it numerous times, queuing back in. You cannot exfil from the map, which is a little bit frustrating. I wanted there to be some sort of reward or objective within the gameplay, and really there isn't. It's just kind of just hang out and see what happens until the nuke drops. So a little disappointed with that. I think they could have been a little bit more creative and made something cool where the operators have to exfil, and then as you're flying away in like a Black Hawk or whatever, from the distance you see the nuke impact from a first-person perspective instead of a cutscene. I think that would have been much more impactful, and like gameplay narrative-wise would have been a lot cooler to see if you actually extract and exfil from the zone with your squad, and then flying away in the Black Hawk way out in the distance. Say you're off the coast and you see the nuke come in and blow up, and you just see all this from miles and miles away. Would have been way better than just having this quick 15-second cutscene, in my opinion. But let me know down below what you guys think of that. And so after this event happened, again, the servers went down again for about a period of time, and then they came back with the Rebirth playlist only. So right now, there's only Rebirth playlist, and it's Rebirth Nighttime, which is actually pretty cool. I jumped into this, and I'm not a great Rebirth player, especially at nighttime right now with the rose skin. Everyone's kind of invisible, so it's a little hard. However, I was using an MVG scope on my PKP Pecheneg, and it actually made it a lot easier to, like, any engagements in the open are pretty easy because you can see everybody easily. But again, so this narrative that they're trying to tell with the Rebirth Island takes place 15 minutes after the nuke goes off, or the events in Verdansk is what it says. So they're telling some sort of story here. The nuke goes off, and then there was something that leaked, or not leaked, it was put out on the Call of Duty's Twitter, is basically Verdansk, or excuse me, Resurgence Island or Rebirth Island. They're trying to communicate with Verdansk, saying they sense huge radiation spikes. They're unable to talk to anybody what's happening. Armistice Command is non-responsive. And then flash forward, when you load into the Rebirth Island, any of the playlists, you'll see the message saying 15 minutes after the events in Verdansk. So they're telling some sort of story. We did manage to win a Rebirth Island game. It's nothing special, so there's no part 2 to this story as of right now. It seems like this is the playlist in the meantime. And then tomorrow, I'm assuming before the map or whatever happens here, there will be a part 2, or the part 2 will be the new map, perhaps, with the intro cutscene to the new map, maybe, I'm assuming. So we'll have to wait and see really what that is. But again, like I said, we did win a Rebirth Resurgence quad, and we were able to exfil. Nothing special there. However, there is some interesting features in Rebirth Island. The construction zone is now basically the control center. So the construction site that you're used to there from back in Black Ops 4, as well as the current version of Rebirth Island, that construction site is actually finished, and now it's basically a control center, which is actually pretty cool. There's 2 buildings there. They have a bridge connecting them. There's 2 or 3 stories, including the roof. It's actually a pretty interesting building. We held up in there for a little bit and engaged some squads. There's a lot of intricacy within the map, or the building itself, that allows you to move around, different staircases, some flanking routes. Really interesting building. It was actually pretty cool to get inside of that and play around. We were able to kill a few people in there and move around. So I actually did enjoy that. They made some interesting changes. It's cool that they did do some POI changes for Rebirth Island. So I'm assuming this will probably be the Rebirth that we see here staying for a while going forward. Let me know what you guys think of that. Nighttime Resurgence is actually pretty cool. I do like this map. I enjoy it a lot. I need to play it more, though. I haven't been playing it as much as I would like to, but it is a lot of fun because really any meta can go with this map. So it is pretty cool. I do enjoy it a lot. Have to get some more time in it. We'll have to see if the nighttime version stays, though. Whatever the narrative they're telling is, I'm curious if it's going to stay nighttime or not. But the new map is supposed to launch tomorrow. Apparently, it's a 1980s version of Verdansk, or maybe we have that wrong. Maybe it is a flash forward to the future, and perhaps it's rebuilding after the nuclear warhead goes off. We don't know. So I'm assuming it's 1980s because that's what all the leaks are saying.
Where do you want to end up?
Regardless, I'm looking forward to seeing what the new map looks like and actually playing it. It should be pretty fun to jump into that and get some good gameplay, see what kind of POI changes they made, see how the gameplay shifts due to the map changes, but we'll have to wait and see what that looks like again when they launch it at some point tomorrow. And I'm assuming there will be some sort of intro cutscene with the Season 3 launch of Cold War and the Warzone integration, so we'll have to stay tuned for that. So let me know down below what you guys think of this. This is the Nuke event. A little bit lackluster in my opinion, but hopefully it leads into a good Season 3. But to be honest, I really was not that impressed. I would have expected a little bit more, kind of like I described earlier. But we'll have to see what this leads into to Season 3. And hopefully we can cross our fingers and knock on wood that we won't have server outages, again, preventing anybody from playing tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. You would think if they had an event, they would be on top of that, but probably just some bad luck. I know they have a lot of players, especially for an event like this. So, have to see what happens going forward. Tomorrow should be an interesting day. We have the introduction of the new weapons for Cold War Season 3, that being the PPSH and the K1 as the sniper rifle, or at least a marksman rifle. The PPSH should be, I'm assuming, probably going to be in Warzone at least, very overpowered in close range. We'll have to see what that TTK ends up being. I'm assuming it's gonna be very close to probably the FFAR, if not faster. So, very high rate of fire submachine gun from World War II that the Russians used. It's been in a lot of Call of Duties previously too. World War II, World at War, things like that. So it's a weapon we've seen before. We'll have to see how they balance this. But so far, given the Ravens' track record, I don't have high hopes that they actually balance it correctly. But we'll have to wait and see. Some interesting new weapons. We have some good stuff coming for mid-season, it looks like, with the G11 at least is what it looks like it's supposed to be. But let me know what you guys think down below. Also, check out my Spetsnaz Alpha Guru video from yesterday that basically I tell a narrative story about Spetsnaz entering into Verdansk to try and gain control of the situation that's going on as there's radiation and containment level 4 going on from the Armistice Command. So check out that video. A lot of effort went into that, and I'm actually really proud of it. If you don't get chills watching the intro to that, I don't know, man. That's a really good video. I had chills. I probably rewatched that a million times already just in the editing phases of that, and I enjoyed it a lot. I always get chills when I watch it. So a lot of effort went into that video. Big shout out to Big Mike for the thumbnail art there. Really appreciate it, brother. Let me know down below what you guys think. This is basically the calm before the storm before Season 3 tomorrow, so hopefully we'll have some good content tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. Let me know down below what you guys think. Till next time, this is Buffner Gaming with the Nuke event for the end of Warzone Season 2 and the end of Verdansk. Buffner Gaming, out.